The whole city trembles _2, the whole city trembles _3. Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 origin continent based on novel. So let's start. At this moment, Yu Qianyi deeply regretted. When she attacked the Forbidden Land, she was very cautious, remotely controlling a frost body to attack while her true body stayed hidden far away. But once she returned to base and was with her second brother, she relaxed, and her true body was also here. After all, remotely controlling a frost body consumed a lot of heart force. Naturally, she needed to relax and rest after returning to base. Who would have thought that Lord Luo he could find this base? Die. Yu Qianshu, burning with divine power, charged at Luo Feng again, hoping to disrupt him and give Yu Qianyi a chance to escape. His fierce long stick instantly stirred the primal chaos, jabbing at Luo Feng. The stick pierced through the primal chaos domain, the rolling blood wave, and even pierced through Luo Feng's body's protective blade energy, landing on Luo Feng's chest. Luo Feng's skin was tough, not even breaking. He didn't even glance at Yu Qianshu, his attention was on the fleeing Yu Qianyi. Saw the novelfire.net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Whoosh! Whoosh! Luo Feng's blade flashed out instantaneously, the blade light so fast that Yu Qianyi saw two blades of light engulf her in despair. Can't block it. Yu Qianyi condensed cold ice blades in an attempt to defend, but the two blades of light were unleashed by Luo Feng burning divine power with his blood shadow knife, even carrying a trace of black space rifts. Just by looking, one knew it was impossible to block. One frost body directly shattered. The other frost body fell to the ground, the outer ice shattered, revealing Yu Qianyi's true body, a woman who bore some resemblance to Yu Qianshu. However, there was a blade wound on her chest, her true god's heart had already shattered. Yu Qianyi was dead. The rolling blood wave swept over, collecting the body inside the star tower. Luo Feng turned his head toward Yu Qianshu who'd taken the hit. To Luo Feng, it was nothing but a tickle. At that moment, Yu Qianshu could feel death creeping closer, pleadingly saying, "I can find divine monarch Shuiyun." Luo Feng's killing intent lessened upon hearing this. "Are you sure?" Luo Feng looked at him. Yu Qianshu wanted to live. He was not ready to die. His cultivation period was still short, nowhere near the length of old fellows like divine monarch Shuiyun or Mo Li Xiao. It was his high bloodline talent and godly body that allowed him to reach this realm. If he could comprehend a primal chaos realm move, he could be on par with General Yong. With further realm advancements, his bloodline might even transcend, reaching the primal chaos realm. His future was still full of endless possibilities. "I'm sure I can find divine monarch Shuiyun," Yu Qianshu hastily said. "As long as Lord Luo he assures my safety, I will definitely help find divine monarch Shuiyun." As long as he was alive, he couldn't care less about Shuiyun's fate. "How will you find him?" Luo Feng inquired. "Lord Luo he must first ensure my safety," Yu Qianshu said as he looked at Luo Feng. "If you can lead me to divine monarch Shuiyun, I can spare your life," Luo Feng declared. "Speak, how will you find him? If you're just making things up, then you can forget about living." Yu Qianshu trembled inside. He had clashed with divine monarch Shuiyun before, but Shuiyun's pressure wasn't as terrifying as this. "The Marquis ordered us three to act together. I'm supposed to rendezvous with him, he should not refuse," Yu Qianshu stated. "Try it then," Luo Feng looked at him. "During your contact, I'll be watching the whole process." "All right." Yu Qianshu had no choice. This was the only hope he saw for survival, so he took out a transmission token. "Is this a karmic messenger order?" Luo Feng observed. "This is specially bestowed by the Marquis. Only the Marquis can use it to locate our positions," Yu Qianshu explained, "and we, the users, can't locate our companions at all." Luo Feng nodded. He could tell this was not a standard karmic messenger order, but one specially concocted by certain forces with hidden constraints. "Shuiyun, Yu Qianyi and I have been hunted by the city owner's mansion. Yu Qianyi is dead. I managed to escape. Yu Qianshu reached out with the transmission token. Where are you now? I need to meet up with you. Who killed Yu Qianyi? A cold voice came through. Luo he did it, collaborating with the city owner's mansion. I barely escaped. Yu Qianshu replied. You don't need to meet up with me, just head back to Shi Kingdom, the cold voice answered. Yu Qianshu was stunned, angrily saying, the Marquis commanded us to act together. I'll report directly to the Marquis. I trust he'll understand my decision. The cold voice cut off the communication. Divine Monarch Shuiyun being such a force, the Marquis would not blame him, but rather value him even more. Divine Monarch Shuiyun, now exposed with his true power, although in a more perilous situation, was undeniably regarded as the strongest eternal true god under Marquis Liu Yin's command. Yu Qianshu held the transmission token, trying to contact again, but Divine Monarch Shuiyun no longer paid him any attention. Knowing Shuiyun's caution and cunning, how could he possibly agree to meet up with you? Luo Feng looked at him. Do you have another way to find him? If not, you will have to die. Yu Qianshu became anxious. He had never thought so desperately for a solution, but he couldn't find one. Lord Luo he clearly wasn't willing to give him any time to stall. With Shuiyun's caution, it's not your fault for being useless, Luo Feng remarked, but still advanced with his knife. Luo he. Yu Qianshu's aura surged fiercely, wielding dual sticks trying desperately to defend. You are not giving me a way out. Boom tilde tilde tilde. In a terrifying clash, Yu Qianshu felt a blade slash that sent his entire body trembling and reeling. As he was sent flying backward, his godly body twisted and split apart in an instant, separating into 9 flesh avatars. 9 avatars, each identical, all burning with divine power, fled in terror in all directions. If I can escape, when my strength breaks through, I will make Luo he regret it deeply. Yu Qianshu's 9 avatars were all terrifyingly powerful, tearing through the primal chaos current and creating rolling blood waves. Luo Feng stood in his original spot, but he had already drawn his blade. Whoosh! 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 The sound of 9 blade lights was very faint, like 9 shadows, terrifyingly fast, sweeping across the 9 major avatars of Yu Qianshu as they fled. This move was the 3 aspects shadow blade, from the world-breaking 9 blades. It was Luo Feng's quickest blade technique, especially since Luo Feng's perfect divine body, burning divine power, was inherently very fast. The speed of the 3 aspects shadow blade could only be imagined. Although the power of the blade shadows was weaker, Luo Feng's presence had already reached an unimaginable level, and even weaker, it was still terrifying. No. The 9 avatars of Yu Qianshu, each wielding a long staff to block, were all slain and fell, except for one avatar whose might was quite strong and managed to block the blade shadow. This was his true body. As he blocked the blade shadow, he used the impact to fly farther away, seeking to escape from the heavily obstructed primal chaos domain. Suddenly, a huge bloody maw appeared out of nowhere amid the rolling blood waves, instantly enveloping Yu Qianshu and swallowing him whole. Luo Feng did not pursue, he just watched the scene. Master! Moroso emerged from the rolling blood waves, waved his hand, and some weapons' secret treasures fell aside. These are all treasures carried by Yu Qianshu. He left only some cosmic sand for consumption. As for the other weapons' secret treasures, legacies, resources, he did not care for any of them. To Morosa, as long as there was enough to eat, he could eventually grow to the pinnacle. Luo Feng nodded, and with a wave of his hand, he dismissed the rolling blood waves and collected all the treasures. After such a battle, this cave mansion had already been completely obliterated, leaving only a large pit. Master, what shall we do next? Morosa asked. The forces of Shi Kingdom are both overt and covert. On the surface, it's Chairman Zonyun making contact. In the shadows, it's Shuiyun, Luo Feng said. Let's go find Chairman Zonyun, he must know the realities. This Shuiyun, too cunning and cautious, Morosa said. He even guards against his companions from Shi Kingdom's forces. He trusts no one, Luo Feng replied. Let's go. The two of them quietly left on the flying boat. The primal chaos domain also withdrew, leaving only a pit behind. In the night sky, just after Luo Feng left the battlefield on his flying boat, he received a message. Luo He, did you kill Yu Tianshu? Yu Tianyi, the vice president of the Flame Wind Guild, contacted Luo Feng, who had just killed, and the Flame Wind Guild had already determined the life and death situation. And Divine Monarch Shui Yun, Yu Tianshu, Yu Tianyi, had just been increased in their bounty tonight. Within Huyang City tonight, only Luo Feng had taken up this bounty. The vice president naturally guessed it was Luo Feng who had done it. It was me, Luo Feng responded. Tonight you are the only one who took up the bounty, and besides General Yong within Huyang City, only you have the strength to do it. So I guessed it was you, the vice president replied. Then I'll wait for you, Luo He, to come and claim the bounty. Still one more, Shui Yun, do you guys have a way to find him? Luo Feng asked further, as the Flame Wind Guild had many means, perhaps they had a way to find Shui Yun. The vice president was secretly astonished. Goodness, this Lord Luo He still wants to hunt down Shui Yun. As long as you can pay the price, the Flame Wind Guild can do it, the vice president responded. Sang Shui Yun has lived in Huyang City for too long. Huyang City's past and present have too many traces of him. My Flame Wind Guild can deduce the celestial secrets to lock his position. To deduce once requires 10 million cosmic sand. 10 million cosmic sand. Luo Feng was momentarily speechless. If you have his blood, hair, or divine power, deducing it once only requires 1 million cosmic sand, the vice president added. I'll think of another way. Luo Feng didn't chat further. He drove the flying boat straight to Chairman Zong Yun's place. Meanwhile, the bounty mission in the Flame Wind Association's Dark Hall also changed, and it automatically sent the latest bounty situation to all clients within Huyang City. Within Huyang City, anyone with any status generally was a client of the Flame Wind Association's Dark Hall. They all received the news at the same time. The assassination mission of Yu Tianshu and Yu Tianyi had been completed. This news, like a thunderclap, shook Huyang City. ***, the novelfire.net website, on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. There will be a second chapter update this noon, on the first day of the new book launch. Those who have a monthly vote, please vote to support it. This video will end here.